Hey guys, so I tried this new neckband technique about a few weeks ago, and a lot of you guys asked how I attached the neckband, so I'll be sharing that with you in a 3-step tutorial. The reason I'm completely in love with this neckline is because it eliminated gaping. It is easy to sew and it looks really nice. So let's get started with the sample making. So what you're going to do is you just go ahead and cut out a scrap piece of fabric that kind of mimics the neckline. So we're going to pretend this is our neckline, okay? And then this is our neckband in a different color just so that you can clearly see the difference in what I'm trying to do. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm taking the correct side of the neckband and I'm pinning it to the wrong side of the neck. Make sense? All right, so what we've done now is we've pinned the neckband, which is the black, to the wrong side of your garment, okay? And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and make a stitch. I'm going to go ahead and seam these two with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I'm going to start here, I'm going to back stitch, forward stitch, straight stitch all the way down, and back stitch again. So let me go ahead and get that done and I'll show you what it looks like. So here I've used a 1/2 inch seam allowance. This is my preference. You could use a bigger seam allowance if you want this neckband to be wider. So here's the next step. It is to finger press the seam allowance, which is all of this, 2 layers, towards the neckband. And then you're going to be basically folding this neckband twice. Once, like so, over the garment. All right, so for the second fold, you're going to just pinch this fabric and you're going to fold maybe a 1/4 inch under. And you're going to place it on top like this to make sure that the original stitch is concealed. The final step to finish off this neckband is going to be top stitching this neckband down. And our goal here is to make sure that we catch the folded edge of this neckband. So this edge is folded over to the original stitch line, and our goal is to make sure that we catch it with our top stitch throughout the neckline. That way it doesn't do something like this. Does that make sense? To be on the safer side, we can go as close to the edge of the neckband as we can. So this is how it's going to look if you were to use a cover stitch machine. I made another sample here with a neckband that shows a black neckband with a 3-row cover stitch. It's a little harder to see, but you can see the rows here, 1, 2, and 3. Again, it's a very neat and clean finish. This is how it looks like on the correct side of the garment, and it's just as beautiful on the back side. So I wrote the letter W for wrong. And you see how it captures, again, I don't have a contrasting thread here, but it captures, if you can see here, where my needle is pointing, that's the top of the cover stitch, and this is the bottom. So it essentially clean finishes this edge here, and it just looks really, really beautiful. Now let me show you the other samples I did with the single and double needle. Here is a sample done with a single needle. Now, if you don't have a twin needle, you can do something like this if you'd like. You could make a second row that is parallel to the first one, and this very much looks like a cover stitch done with a twin needle. And if you do have a twin needle, which is compatible with pretty much all modern machines, you can use a twin needle to accomplish this double hem in one go, just like I did a triple hem in one go. So I want to give you an idea of what the width of the neckband was before we applied it, and I have about 2 3/8 of an inch. So we started off with a neckband that was 2 3/8 of an inch wide, and I ended up with a finished width of 3/4 of an inch. So to give you an idea of like where I ended up. So the other thing you want to know about the neckband is that if you're using a commercial pattern, whatever pattern you have for the neckband is not going to work with this technique. Those are typically smaller than the neck opening. So what you want to do, you want to cut your own neckband, and you want to go ahead and measure the neck opening, which is the circumference around your neckline, and cut a piece of fabric that is that measurement plus 1 inch. And with the width, like I mentioned, you could experiment with different widths, or you could just go with the 2 3/8 of an inch that I tried, or maybe experiment with 2.5 inches. Also want you guys to keep in mind that you're not going to be cutting this pattern on the bias. I cut this on the straight grain, and the stretch was going along the length of the neckband. Finally, I used a stable knit, so I didn't have any issues applying this, but if you have a more slinkier knit, you might want your neckband to be a little bit smaller. You might just want to make some samples and experiment before you commit to the final garment. And here is the single needle finish, here is the double needle finish, and here is the cover hem finish. This is obviously my favorite because it's so pretty on the back side as well. And that is what I used in this garment that I posted last Monday. I had the triple row, and what I love obviously about the cover hem is the clean finish on the back as well. So this is the cover stitch that I own. It's the Brother cover stitch machine. I'll go ahead and include a link to it in the description in case you want to check it out. But I want you guys to know that you do not need to have a dedicated cover stitch machine to accomplish this finish, which is why I showed you the single needle technique and the double needle technique. The main difference is going to be how the stitching looks on the back. So the cover stitch would look more cleaner like this one, and then the single and the double needle will just look a little bit less professional, but on the front they should look just the same. So that is pretty much it, you guys. I hope that you found this helpful, and if you like this, please give me a thumbs up and like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.